Guys, if you're online, let me just see a kind of wave. Actually, the previous time that I came online, I had a slight issue with the internet, so that was why I had to like start all over again. So if you're online joining me, make sure like you give a thumbs up, say hi, call your name. I just hope you guys are not sleeping. Okay, I can see one person is here tonight. And guys, I said today we are going to be talking about takeoffs and landings. Okay, gorgeous beauty. Welcome. Okay, I said today we are going to be talking about takeoffs and landings, which is the most dangerous, and I'm going to be giving you my student pilot opinion about it. Like, which one is more difficult for student pilots? Is it takeoffs? Is it landings? And why, which of them? So that's basically what we're going to be talking about today. Then I also said in the previous live stream, I said I forgot to talk about the federal government kind of scholarship, so I'm still going to be talking about it at the end of this video. So I'll just touch a little about the federal government scholarship. So if you want to know more about it, stay to the end of this live stream so we can talk about it. I can see one other person has joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you leave your name, leave a comment so that I can see, and give this video a thumbs up. A thumbs up, guys. Give this video a thumbs up so that other people can like see it and join us. Okay, guys, we are just going to, generally we have different stages of flight. We have like 5 stages of flight. We have takeoff, climb, cruise, descend, and landing. So I talked about takeoff, climb, cruise, descend, and landing, and all these phases are very, very critical. And when I mean all these phases are very, very critical, like you don't just like joke in any of these phases, especially when you're still learning how to fly. You don't like take it for granted. It's very important. Now we're not just talking about takeoffs, landings. These whole stages are very, very important. I can see Abdurrahman Jibril. Thanks for joining me in this live stream. If you have any questions before the end of this live stream, just be asking them so that I can see them and know that okay, I'm going to answer them before the end of the live stream. I really like to do that. So, oh, I think I need a backrest here. Okay, guys. So, as I was saying, you have 5 stages of the flight: takeoffs, climb, cruise, descend, and landing. So when you're learning how to fly, these phases are very, very important. When you take off, in fact, the instructor is very much alert at that time. When you're climbing, he's very much alert because anything can happen. When you're cruising, there's this kind of low key kind of stuff, but it's not like they still take it kind of serious, but not, yeah, like they're not so like agitated or so alert. Then when you're descending too, well, they still consider it. Then when you're coming to land, that phase of landing, like they take it so serious, super serious, because anything can happen. And one of the reasons why, okay, the person that asked me this question actually asked me in the form of, people always pray for safe landings, safe landings. Why? Is it because landing is difficult and all that? And I'm going to like put it in this format. When you're coming to land, you're coming to land in like a confined area. When you're coming to land, uh you must come to this certain place. It's just like, let me use my hand like the wrong way. If you're coming to land, you must land here. You can't land here, you can't land here. You must come to land here. So it's quite confined. It's not as large as when you're taking off into the sky. It's different. When you're climbing out into the sky. It's different. But when you're coming to land, in a confined area. So you need to be able to see. Okay, you're asking me about the landing speed. Actually, we call it speed for the TB9. The approach speed for the TB9 is 90 knots. Yeah, the approach. Okay, correction. The approach speed for TB9. Okay, when I remember, I'm really going to talk about that. But because I'm currently not flying TB9 for now, so like I don't have these speeds in my head. Sometimes I just have to like read again about it. So when I like think about it, I'm going to be telling you. Okay, guys. So it's very very crucial at that phase. You need to think about it. You need to be very very careful because anything that happens is going to cost lives, not just in flight school, both in the airline, both in corporate flying, both in general aviation flying, anywhere. It can cause a very big problem. So that's why people are very very like concerned about landing. So if you are in takeoff and landing, which is more critical, actually landing is definitely more critical. And not only that, landing is more critical, you need a lot of situational awareness to be able to do a proper landing. You need to be up at your game, you need to be alert. In fact, I really don't know how to put it, but you need everything in you to be able to land, guys. You need everything in you to be able to land. So it's not a face that you just take for granted. It's not a face that you just take casually. It's something that you have to do with your mind, with your heart. In it, you need to be sure your seat is watching your approach. He's watching every single thing. So landing is very very critical, guys. Landing is very very critical. And like I said, I'm going to, before the end of this video, I said I'm going to talk about the federal government scholarships. And what I have to talk about federal government scholarships is that the federal government actually gives scholarships, but you need to like know when to apply and who to apply to and how to apply. That one is very very important. When to apply, who to apply, and where to apply. Like most of the time I hear people going to submit like applications. Most of it, they go to submit in like Lagos, and they are like trust, all this federal government like trust fund but send you like anywhere. But now how do you apply? It's always good for you to look at the kind of requirements that they are asking. If they are asking for master degree holders, if they are asking for BSc holders, if they are asking for secondary school holders, you need to be sure of their requirements. You cannot just decide that okay, you just see any application and you just apply. It's good for you to check the kind of requirements. And most of the time when federal government is applying, they like to do it under maybe either sciences or arts, or like they just want to like streamline it. Like these are the kind of people we are looking for at this time. So you need to be sure about that. What kind of people is the federal government looking for at that time? So that's one. Another thing is that you need to know who to submit it to. Just go to the office and drop it with anybody. Make sure that the person you're dropping it with understands what that letter is all about and who to give it to. You can't just drop it with anybody. In fact, most of the time I usually wish that the application is like online, where you submit it and they go to like an email. Okay, minimum speed. Okay, let me quickly read that message. What is the minimum speed for landing generally? Okay, every aircraft actually has its own approach speed, and so there are no like constant approach speeds for aircrafts. So if like the approach speed for TB9 is different from TB20, the approach speed for TB20 is different from B58, the approach speed for B58 is different from Boeing 737. Like every aircraft has their own approach speed, and that's something that you need to like consider in any flight. You need to like look at that. Very very important in any flight. So before you even go to fly, you look at your speeds, you look at the limitations, you just have that in your head. And it's like keeps you current at all times. Like keeps you current, keeps you like on a check. So that's like very very important. So guys, I hope you guys are following, and if you just joined us, make sure you like leave a thumbs up and stop distracting me. Make sure you like leave a thumbs up and let me know that you are here. I'm sorry this live stream is coming up at this time. I just had like some internet issues, so I had to like fix them. That's why we're having this live stream now. So if you're here, let me know that you're here. So guys, like I was saying, you need to know who you're submitting it to, which is very, very important. Where you're submitting it to and who you're submitting it to is very, very important. So if you have any other questions concerning federal government scholarships, I will advise that you leave it. And yes, I said I was also going to talk about the TB9. Oh, I wish I can just quickly check, but I think the approach speed for the TB9 is 70 knots. I think the approach speed for TB9 is 70 knots. I'll still confirm it, and I'll leave it in the comment section in this video. So okay, I'm getting that question. What is the normal climate weather for flying generally? This question is very, very important. God, just thanks for asking this question. You see, the weather actually varies so much, and guys, that's why some of us are usually on ground for a while. Especially in flight school, there are things you can't change. Like, especially when you complain about the weather, people are going to tell you things like, let's go and use broom and swim, and you need to be able to see, which is something we talked about in the beginning part of this video. So the it's actually very higher than like the airlines. The airlines, they use low because they are flying strictly instruments, they are flying all instruments, they're carrying passengers. It's different from us that you have to see internal reference, external reference, all those things. You have to do that. So that's part of why the climate and the weather here for student pilots is actually different. So I hope I answered that your question. And if you have any other questions for the end of this video, please make sure you leave them leave them in the live chat so that I can see them and answer them before it's over. And like for every video, I like to give my advice to you, because I just feel it's always important. If you have good advice, if you have good backings, you tend to do better. So my advice for you today is that you should try to be your best. There's this part of the Bible I was actually reading, and it talked about the fact that when you die, you don't have any other work to do. There's no other work like in the grave. There's no other work in where you're going to, like in the other world. There's no other work. So this is only in earth that you can put in your best. It's only here on earth that you can do like the best of yourself. Once somebody dies, you cannot, that talent, you cannot use it. That talent, you cannot use it. That gift, you cannot use it. Okay, I am seeing on that question. Please talk about the different speeds and different aircrafts. Oh, that's really going to be a long another long talk if I start talking about speeds, aircraft, because different things. So maybe we'll leave it to talk about it some other time. And this is because I'll need to draw a chart for the different aircraft that we currently have here in NCAT, and we will not talk about the speeds, what I like about these aircrafts, what I dislike about these aircrafts, and like that. I can see some other person has joined us, and if you're here, make sure you leave a thumbs up and let me know that you are here. Okay guys, like I said, you have to put in your best. In everything you're doing, you need to put in your best. You need to be your best. Don't fall into that trap of how am I going to put it now, of a mediocre kind of lifestyle. Okay. I think this lady, she's ready for me this night. What? Okay, let me read that question. What about the rating? Okay, for the TB9. Wow, you can actually get the rating for the TB9 here in NCAT. They can give you the rating for the TB9 because you basically write the exams, and it's just NCAT here in Nigeria that has TB9, so you can get the rating actually, and it's really a good one. If you want to fly, you can actually get the rating for the TB9. So guys, put in your best, be your best. Never consider it that you're just managing. Try to just be your best. That's my advice for you in this video. And even as we are going to rest, we're going to sleep, we're going to have fun, guys. I wish you guys all the best. You know, till we meet tomorrow for another live stream, and not just another live stream, till we, like, talking to you guys can actually just be super nice. And sometimes I want to give out all the informations, but I think I should do them bit by bit, so that we don't get them like jangled up. So guys, till we meet next time, keep watching. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, make sure you leave a like, and I think I'll be answering this question before we go. Which of the flying do you think is good? Like, okay, simulator or actual? Definitely actual is the best, because you are getting the gist, you are feeling the controls, you are like enjoying the whole thing. But when you're in the simulator, you don't get to like feel what you're doing. You're just simulating. Yes, you're flying an aircraft, but you're simulating. You don't get to like feel. If you're flying the actual, you feel the controls, you feel how heavy it is, you feel what's going on. But when you're flying the sim, it's totally different, like super different. So if you want to ever compare, you cannot really compare between flying actual and flying sim. Wow, someone is joining us from Mexico. I can see you. Taruza Television. Oh, welcome. I hope I pronounced your name very well. And funny enough, we are about ending the live stream, guy. And you're just coming online. If you have any question, I will still be here. Make sure you let me know if you have any question for me, Taruza. And I'm really greeting from Mexico. Okay, it's really nice to have you here. I'm really happy that you're here with me today. If you have any questions concerning aviation, anything you're confused about concerning flight school in Nigeria, just leave them here. And make sure you click on the like button. Click on the like button. And if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Like, it's nice having you guys. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Okay, let's have some fun. Wow, he's also a pilot. Oh, I'm actually from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. I can see more people are joining us. That's cool. Okay, but I see we are ending this live stream. Let's not get too excited. We were about ending the live stream, but I'm happy that some other people are joining us, and it's really cool. Hi, Teresa. It would be nice if you share your experience with us about your flying. I'm actually from Nigeria, and I'm actually doing my flight school too in Nigeria. If you have anything you think you'd like us to know, you can share it with us, so that I can really talk to everyone here about it. Like, it's nice when you have pilots in the house. It's really cool. Have gigs everywhere. If you're here joining us, let's go. I need to learn how to dance better. Okay. I can see Machunda Stanley is here again. Machunda, you came late today. Oh, Teresa, landing is actually the hardest part in flying. You got it right. And I said that before you actually came. Landing is one of the most funny parts in flying. It's one of the most funny parts, because you need to always get it right. And no two landings are ever the same. But what do you do when you lose an engine during takeoff? Yeah, you have to, before you actually fly, you give a pre-takeoff briefing. Any emergencies before takeoff, this is what I'm going to do. Any emergencies after takeoff, runway sufficient, I land, runway insufficient, I do this, I do that. So definitely, before you even go up, you already talk about like what you do before you, in case of any emergencies. And if you're flying a single engine aircraft, you have to look for any field 30 degrees to your left or your right and land. That's all you do when you have when runway is insufficient. But for me, like what I've learned so far, if you're flying a multi-engine aircraft, Okay, so before 1,000 feet, no turn around. No, no. Before 500 feet above, that's the only way you can even turn around. It's if you have a twin engine. If you're flying a twin engine aircraft, that's the only way you can turn around. Imagine you're flying a single engine aircraft and you lose an engine. You know what that means? Yeah. Actually, 30 degrees to your left or your right, or you go straight ahead if you find a field. But if you don't find a field, you need to look for any field to your left or to your right, to your line of sight. Then you just do a forced landing there. But nobody prays for that kind of a thing. Immediate engine failure after takeoff, nobody prays for it. But it's more easier. I think it's more easier when you're flying a like multi-engine aircraft, because you can like wait for 500 feet above ground, then you do a turn. I can see more people are joining us. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you leave the like button, like this video. What airline do I want to work with after flight school? See, I'm still thinking about that, and if you have any suggestions for me, I will really be happy to know about that and start applying, because I'm almost done. And that's why I'm doing like all those live streams, so that I can, talk about it. Okay. Teresa, I'm actually 24. I said this in the last live stream. I'm 24. I'm also seeing another question. Please, what is domain? I was watching a movie and the aircraft is about to land, but close to the runway, and the pilot was just saying, okay, actually, it wasn't the pilot. It's the pilot. They say terrain. It's terrain, because you're coming like too low, and you have like terrain. Not actually domain. Domain is not actually the real name. It's a computer. You call it a radio altimeter. It keeps making a noise. Terrain, like trying to caution you that you have a terrain under you. You should be careful, your rate of descent and all that. That's what actually happens. I can see more people are joining us, guys. We are having so much fun here. If you have any questions at all concerning aviation, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Any questions at all? Oh, you're suggesting Emirates. Yeah, but the issue, or not, it's not an issue. Emirates actually doesn't just admit straight out, except for their people, or what I've read anyways. You need to have like a certain amount of hours before they can actually consider having you. So I think it's something I love. It's something I'm considering to Emirates. So I'm trusting God, one day I'm going to announce it on this channel to you guys. And I'll be like, I'm working with Emirates. And I'm sure you'll be super happy, because when you're coming to fly with Emirates, I'm going to tell you, this is your Captain Blessing on the radio. Guys, leave a like button. No, click on the like button. Click on the like button, guys. If you've not subscribed, subscribe and join us in the fun we are having this evening. Join us in the fun. So actually, I'm considering Emirates. Yes, so I'm just trusting that if I build more hours, I can like join Emirates at any time. I'm trusting God it's going to work out anyways. I'm trusting God it's going to work out. So if you have any other suggestions, you also want to work with Emirates, that's super nice. We are together. That's really nice. And what other places do you like suggest? Which other airlines do you like suggest? I would like to know about it. I'm very much open-minded. I can see some other people are joining us. If you're late, initially we talked about takeoffs and landings, which one is most difficult, and we talked about the fact that takeoffs are actually fair, but landings are the most critical. And that's actually why people pray, Lord, please give us safe landings. Not necessarily because they cannot land, but because that's a very critical phase. Yeah, Etihad. I think I started reading about Etihad, but I've not really gone far. I look at their stuffs online most of the time, like Instagram, sometimes LinkedIn. Not really much, but sometimes I like look at them. So I think Etihad too is a good one, but sometimes people advise that you like start from your country before going to like other countries. So I'm thinking of that. If I can start from like Nigeria before. Oh, as in Delta is one of the biggest and well-known airlines too. Classic Derek, welcome. I'm really happy we have you here tonight. Guys, like, I'm having fun. I'm so happy you guys are here commenting, like, it's really fun having you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I see that. Roland is here. Shayo Roland is here. Welcome. Please leave your comments. Nice to meet you. Keep the good videos. Yes, I will really always do that. I will always do that. And I think we should have a like subscriber hangout very soon. Who is with me on this? If you're with me on the subscriber hangout, tell me like who is seconding the motion. I1, I2, I3, I4. I need to be seeing all that now. I think we really need to have a gorgeous beauty is with me on that. Classic Derek is with me. Yeah, because we need to have a like subscriber hangout where we can decide on the way forward, maybe how to like help ourselves, things to do. Okay. Teresa, what are you saying? Tell us your mind. Tell us your mind. Always great info in here. Okay. Matilda, I can see you're also with me on that. Seriously, we need to have a like subscriber hangout. It will really be so nice because it's good to like share what our desires are, think of how we can help each other, because it's going to be really easy for us to meet our dreams. When people are together, it's easy to meet your dreams, your goals, and your ambitions. So that's why I always say, when you're passing through a particular challenge, don't like keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody else. And I always say, you can send me an email at any time. What I can do, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to like try to help out. Anyone, I can refer you to somebody that will like help. I will also do that. I can see somebody else has joined us too. If you're new and you're joining us, leave a like to this video, and comment on your name. I really want to know who are the people I'm talking to tonight, because it's actually late and we are also supposed to be sleeping, but catching fun sometimes is just so cool, like having to talk to you guys. So if you have any questions, you can't wait to hear my voice on the radio. Don't worry, very soon you'll soon be hearing that. And I don't know if you've watched some of my flying videos, you really hear my voice on the radio. But it would be nice like having fellow subscribers, pilots, like all of us like on the radio. It's really going to be super nice. So guys, if you have any challenges, we would just like to treat that tonight. So this chat is like between us. Oh, she's asking me how did I feel about my first takeoff. This is a hot gist. Let me gist you guys how I felt about my first takeoff. I've talked about it before in this channel, but I think I need to talk about it again. My first takeoff, I was super excited. Like, I wanted to really fly because like I've been anticipating it. They kept us on ground for too long, so I really wanted to go on my first flight. So the day of my first flight, I went and I ate rice. Guys, I ate rice. My rice had not yet digested very well in my tummy. So when I went up to fly, the moment we took off, I was like feeling a little bit better, but at a certain point my whole system started to change. I started feeling like I wanted to throw up. I was managing, my instructor asked me, "Are you okay?" I said I was okay. He was like, "Are you sure you're okay?" I said I was okay. Then we continued, because the first exercise, they're just going to show you around Zaria. They're going to show you like sectors where they train in Zaria. So that was exactly what we're doing that day. It was going to be like a sector orientation. So during the process of like the sector orientation, I could not hold it anymore. My macho, I wanted to just like be strong for myself. I could not hold it, guys. I started to throw up. And my first flight, which I was excited, became like almost my worst flight, or was it my worst? It was my worst flight, but I was so happy that I was throwing up in the cockpit. I was like, this is all I wanted to do all my life, so why will I now come and be throwing up? But it just happened. So in case this kind of thing happens to you in your first flight, don't feel bad about it. Trust me, it happens. And that's why sometimes if an instructor is trying to be very careful and he doesn't want to fly with you, he will tell you to go and get a nylon. Like, he's just trying to be careful. You get a nylon before you like go to fly, so that in case you want to throw up, you throw up in the nylon, especially if it's your first flight. It happens because your system is trying to get used to the atmosphere, the gravity, you know, all the tension that comes with like being in the cockpit for the first time. So, and you know, you're in a like small environment. Why did you spill water after your first solo? Okay, why do they spill water after your first solo? I don't know. I think it's a tradition. Okay, Machunda is asking, why do they spill water? Machindu, or Muchindu. Yeah, Muchindu is asking, why do they spill water after your first solo? Actually, I really don't know why they do that, but I think it has been a tradition like for years. It's been a tradition. I don't know how long. I don't know who started it. I don't know where it started from, but it has been a very, very serious tradition. And people have been keeping to it. People have been keeping to it, and it just goes from generation to like generation. Hi, I can see OG Sammy is here. OG Sammy is here. Let me read your. If you're new, you're joining us, make sure you leave a like to this video. Leave a like to this video, and if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Okay, Gorgeous Beauty asked me a question. Please, did they allow you to observe other people's flights? Yeah, they sometimes allow you to observe other people's flights because you're also like a pilot, you're also flying, so they allow you to observe other people's flight. But if you're not a pilot, you might have to go through some other processes to like observe other people's flights. Okay, Oji Sami, between IAC and NCAT, which will you advise new students to study at? Sincerely, this is not the first time I'm receiving this question, but I'm going to say that I've not attended IAC before, but I know people that have attended IAC, and based on their reports, IAC is also a very, very good school. And they don't waste time the way NCAT wastes time. But I've been in NCAT and I'm currently in NCAT, so I can basically just talk about NCAT. NCAT is also nice. Like, I can assure you that they give you value for your money. The money is small, but you get value. Yes, you might spend so much time, just like I said, due to some things, you might spend so much time, but you get value for your money. You get value for your money. So if you're thinking of going to IAC, it's not bad, it's good. And I heard they also finish very early. So if you're considering time, and I don't know how they teach in depthly, but I think they are also doing very fine because their students are doing fine too. But NCAT, I can assure you too that NCAT is a very good place. IAC is a very good place too. And moreover, these are the major two places that they learn how to fly fixed wing aircraft in Nigeria. So if you don't pick NCAT, you have to pick IAC. If you don't pick IAC, you have to pick NCAT. So that's actually how I see it. So I think that I think it's just cool. Maybe when I visit IAC, I can tell you more about that. But for now, I can't really say much about IAC. Okay, Ronald is asking, see if you coming. Let me read this comments. Seen a few of your trainers and they seem quite old. Are there no new trainers available? Okay, if you check online, you see that the federal government has actually paid for some Diamond aircrafts to come in, and I'm sure they should be coming in like very, very soon. So they are old, but the main thing is that they are serviceable. Most of these aircraft are serviceable. The main thing about flying aircraft is that just make sure that the aircrafts are good to go up. It doesn't matter if an aircraft is like 100 years or 200 years. It does matter anyways. It does matter. But if the maintenance of the aircraft is okay, if they certify the aircraft to be okay, then trust me, the aircraft is fine. But if they don't certify the aircraft to be okay, then that's where the problem lies. So it doesn't really matter if they are old. In fact, it matters if they are old, but they are servicing them very, very well. I also saw another comment. Let me quickly read that. What about training? NCAT training. I should talk about it. Okay, Gorgeous Beauty. What aspect of NCAT training would you want me to like talk about, so that we can go straight into that before this live stream ends? I've said this live stream is going to end like 20 minutes ago, and we are still here. That's because I'm enjoying the gist, guys. I'm enjoying the gist. Okay, DA42 or twin engine. Okay, actually, what I saw online, because we are dealing with an information we saw online, nobody like came to tell us blah 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 and all that. What I saw online was that they're going to be bringing single engines and also multi engines. So I really don't know how they want to do it. If they want to bring the single engine first, or they want to bring the multi engine first, or if they're going to like mix it together, bring the single engine and also bring it in the multi-engine. I really don't know much about that, but I know that they are bringing some aircrafts very soon. The aircrafts are going to be coming very soon, newer aircrafts, and so they will phase off all these older ones. It's really going to be like, I think if you're coming to NCAT at this time, things are changing. Trust me, things are really changing, so be happy about it. Guys, things are changing. Come to Anchor. Things are really changing. You will be glad that you came. You'll be glad you came, guys. Uh Okay, Gorgeous Beauty is asking about the ground training. The ground training is very nice. The ground training they teach. That's what I'm saying. And to really get value for your theory, like they give you so much information concerning the theory aspect, so much information, and so that when you come for actual, you're going to get it more easier. That's the truth. So they give so much information. Let me check out some other chats. I can see. Okay, OG Sammy. Okay, very well, good answer. I was just wondering. Okay, OG Sammy. Yeah, I'm considering the time, and I understand other factors may delay when you finish. But generally, how long does it take to graduate CPL from scratch? CPL from scratch. I've seen 18 months IAC, 2 years NCAT. The truth is that, guys, like when I started this my flight training journey, and if you like go through my channel, you're going to see like, okay, I started in a certain time. I started since like 2017, and I need to be sincere with you, since 2017 till now, you're almost having like 3 years, because I started 2017 May, and I'm still here till now. So sometimes they are going to tell you like 2 years, but their 2 years might not be 2 years. Maybe when the diamond aircraft comes, we might get it. Maybe the 2 years will actually be the 2 years when the new aircraft comes. But for now, their 2 years is not their 2 years. So I'm not here to like deceive you or tell you this. I don't know if I'm still going to keep this live stream. So I'm just being open to you guys, like just telling you guys how it is. So it might not just go that way. Don't think if IAC is telling you 18 months, ask their students. If they say 18 months and they deliver 18 months, trust me, then you go with their 18 months if you're considering time. But if you're also considering like value for your money and all that, I think you can consider NCAT. But if you're thinking about the time, then you can go with IAC. I just got another message. How long does it take to collect your license from NCAT? In fact, even when you're done, that's another time you process you have to stay to like collect your license. I really don't know how long they will take. Maybe an average of like 3 weeks to 1 month, or maybe since then I cannot tell you. For my own experience, it took me like how many weeks or whatever. I pray it doesn't take long. I pray it doesn't take long, because I'm always hoping like for the best at all times. I pray it doesn't take long for us, for the license to like come out. So that's where I'm just like trusting God for. So guys, if you have any other questions before I go, just leave them. And I can see more people have joined us. Leave a like button to this video. Leave a like button to this video before we go. I think I need to learn how to dance. So okay, OG Sammy, I think you should check. Okay, you're asking how much is the fees for NCAT. I've said it before. A reason I made check the other, there's this live stream I did like 2 days ago. I talked about why I don't talk about the exact amount for school fees, but I gave a range, how much it costs. I want you to check that video, how much it costs for you to do, how much schooling in NCAT costs. I actually said it in that video that I don't like to talk about the exact amount, because they can change, government can change, and these videos, they still remain. So if I give you a particular range and tell you that, okay, it's going to cost maybe 5 million or 20 million or 30 million, if I tell you this is how much it's going to cost, when someone else is watching it and maybe things have changed, they may feel like, oh, this lady actually did not say the right thing, or maybe I'm trying to like dupe somebody, or I'm trying to like say something wrong. Meanwhile, they will not remember the exact time when I was giving that information that was the correct thing at that time. So what I would advise you to do is like go online, go on the website, check the website for that, for the school fees. Then when you check the school fees, you can now maybe send me an email or send a message to my Instagram handle telling me this is the amount you saw for the school fees, and I will tell you if it's actually correct or if it's wrong. But talking about the school fees, I really don't talk about NCAT school fees because I'm not in their management. I'm not in their management, so I can't talk about their school fees. Okay, does the school fees cover accommodation and feeding? Yes. Any school fees you see that they put there covers accommodation and feeding, except stated otherwise. Except stated otherwise. How is the NCAT instructor, and how are they really good qualification? Well, and I would say they are really, really trying. They are really, really trying. They know their stuff, and they are doing really fine. NCAT instructors know their stuff, and they are doing fine. So uh if you come, except you don't really like someone, like you don't, maybe your blood, you know that there are people you meet and their blood, you and their blood, they don't just jam, that kind of stuff, except you don't really like the person. If not, you're not going to have an issue with them teaching you. Every one of them can deliver and give you exactly what you came to flight school for. If it's to get a PPL, they can give you a PPL. If it's to get a CPL, they can give you a CPL. If it's just to come and do a refresher, they can give you that. So trust me, they are good. NCAT instructors are quite good. If you have any other questions today, this is a night of questions. Just make sure you ask while I like go through some things which I think, okay, you might want to like know. If you have any questions, just let me know before the end of this live stream. Okay, I can see another question there. Let me read this question. Please, did NCAT training staff, the NCAT train their staff? I mean, okay, did they send them out for training? Yes, they actually send them out for training, because you know there are some kind of qualifications you cannot get in Nigeria due to like some of the resources that we have. So NCAT actually have to send their instructors out for refresher courses. They send their engineers out for extra training so that they are current, so that they know what's happening in the industry and they can get better at it. So they actually said, that's why I said they are really qualified, they know what they are doing. Don't feel that, oh, Nigeria is a Nigerian thing, so because it's a Nigerian thing they might not know what they are doing. No, they actually know what they are doing, guys. They know what they are doing. So I think you should consider like coming here. If you don't want to spend so much time, anyways, that's what I always advise people. But if you're looking at your time, then you can actually go abroad and do your flight training. But if you don't want to spend, if you want to like gain, not spend too much money, then you can actually come to NCAT. Trust me, you can come to NCAT. It's a good place. It's a good place. Okay, I just hope, let me quickly go through the questions. I hope I've answered everyone tonight. And guys, I'm really happy, like, you guys are still here watching me. I'm super happy, super glad like that you're here. Thank you so very much. OG, I can't see your last question. Please see my last question. I can't see your last question. Can you quickly like resend? Okay, okay, I just saw that. So if it takes longer to graduate, like in case, okay, in your case you've been deaf since, accommodation, like they don't charge you. The money you paid is the money that you've paid. They don't charge you an extra for accommodation or for feeding. If you stay, if they are the ones delaying you, obviously they will take the blame for it. They don't charge you again. But if they are not the ones delaying you, they will have to like, maybe if something happens and maybe everybody in your set has graduated and they see that you're the one delaying yourself, I don't know, maybe they might ask you for like an extra money. I don't know about that. But if it's a general thing, they are not going to ask you for that money. What you've paid for that 1 year, you've paid. Sorry, what you've paid for the 2 years, that's what you've paid. You're not paying any extra thing except stated otherwise. If not, you're not paying any other thing. OG, I hope I answered your question. Did I answer your question? Just let me know if I answered your question. Okay, guys, it's actually late and okay. I'm seeing some more questions. What method of studying do I use? Okay, when I was in ground school, you see, studying, I take it very, very seriously because this is all you have to do. I feel they bring you here, they give you accommodation, they give you feeding, they give you light, constant light. Like now you can see there's light. They take the light like once in a blue moon they take the light, but like it's rare. So if they're giving you everything, like you only came, I tell myself I just come to NCAT. Like the only thing I came to NCAT to do is to study. So when I was in ground school, I take my time. I'm always like reading. I'm always reading. Walking to the cafe, I'm reading. Going to class, I'm reading. I'm in my room, I'm reading. If I'm not reading, I'm sleeping, or maybe I went to church. That's the only thing I do, like reading. Then so the method of studying that I use, I try to study a lot of past questions. When I read, I try to study past questions so that I know like I remain current. Then apart from that, I ask questions, I ask my colleagues questions. So that method really, really helped me. And I think it will also help you too. If you're studying, you can do it with a lot of past questions and also ask your colleagues. It's really going to help. So that's the method of studying I use. Correct. Okay, OG, I'm currently abroad. How do I work out getting admitted? Okay, what I'm going to advise you is that you have to buy the form online and you have to wait for the next batch because there's another batch that just came in. Now there's a batch that just resumed. That's like SP 34 just resumed. So if you're buying a form now, you're going to be talking about buying a form for SP 35. So, and I think that will be, they might write their exam maybe ending of this year. Then you guys might be admitted like next year, like next year, beginning of next year. So I would really advise that you get the form if you really want to come to Nigeria for the study. But you're already abroad, I think you can also check out for any flight schools there if you're comfortable with the payment and everything. And you can just do there, then you come here and work, or you even stay there and work. But if you want to come back to Nigeria too, it's not bad. You can come to NCAT. I think it's also going to be, they're going to give you value for what you want. Like this night is really hot. You guys do not want me to go anywhere. I can see, okay, that's an Efiko, right? That's an Efiko right there. Okay. The problem I'm facing is the entrance exam, which is quite tricky. Coming to take the exam, then leave and come back before the results are out. Okay, will they accept any qualification not to write the exam? I think another method is if you've flown abroad before, if you have flying experience abroad, you can come with your flying experience. Okay, so if you've flown abroad before and you're thinking of coming here, it's going to be much easier because you already have the experience. But if you've not before, you're still going to have to pass through those other processes. I'm sorry about this network issue, but I don't know what we can do about it for now. So let me just know that you're back online. Sorry for the fluctuation.